Ellie has a habit of ghosting men online. A fortune teller also asks her to fix things before Christmas if she wants to find true love. She decides to get the help of her colleague, Charlie, to complete this task. Ellie is worried about getting the wrong cookie cutter for their family's Christmas cookie party. Her sister-in-law, Caroline, is sure that she will make the right choice. Ellie is worried because her mother, Paula, needs everything to be perfect. Caroline offers to look at them when they meet to make Ellie feel better. Caroline remembers that her husband, Hunter, mentioned a guy named Kevin. Ellie instantly feels awkward and makes an excuse to cut the call. Caroline and Ellie discuss their family's Secret Santa tradition. Ellie believes in giving gift cards so people can choose what they want. She admits it's also because she is terrible at gifts. Hunter refuses to trade Secret Santas with Ellie if she gets a tough one. He knows she evades things and wonders what happened with Kevin. Hunter set Ellie up with Kevin, who thought they had a spark over text. Ellie then disappeared when Kevin asked her to meet in person at a restaurant Hunter knows she loves. Ellie admits she didn't want to move forward with him. She believes it can get complicated to date her brother's friend. Hunter still feels she could have replied to him instead of ghosting. Ellie thinks that word is too strong, but Caroline also agrees with Hunter. Ellie explains that she doesn't like telling people she's not interested. She has no valid reason to give Kevin, but still doesn't want to hurt him with the truth. Ellie strongly feels that ghosting is more humane than being rude to someone. Can't argue with that. Hunter is worried that she does this all the time. Ellie insists she only does it online where it's acceptable and expected. They mention the exciting fellow gamer Ellie was talking to, but she even ghosted that guy. Ellie might have a problem. Ellie's boss, Lana, likes the changes she has made to the new game she's designing. Ellie wants to make some adjustments in the afternoon, so Lana will love it. Ellie wonders if Lana has heard back from Susan and Donald about her Santa Claus game pitch. It's centered around Santa's reindeer and is both a strategy and puzzle game. Lana doesn't think they would want to hear a Christmas pitch. She knows they think seasonality means less demand for the rest of the year. Lana knows how much Ellie loves Christmas. She asks Ellie to take a break and enjoy it. Lana also points out that Ellie is currently one of the best lead character artists in the business. Ellie is still working during a company Christmas party. Her colleague, Charlie, comes to help her with a glitch. She doesn't believe he can help. She teases him about being a coal in her stocking. The rest of the team has the night off for the party, so Charlie is the best she can get to fix her issues. Ellie is under the impression that he hates extra work. He confirms that and makes fun of her for being so serious. The party has started outside, and there's usually a whole team to take care of such things for Ellie. She still likes to be thorough with her entire work. Charlie easily fixes her issue and urges her to join the party. He's excited about a weird fortune teller lady and some great music. Ellie eventually does join the party. Charlie has already surveyed the snacks and informed her about the good ones. She feels bad for making him stay late because of her. She plans to do a lot more work after food. He calls her a Scrooge but is surprised that her office is festive. He mentions the fortune teller again, but that freaks Ellie out. She doesn't believe in fortune tellers, so he challenges her to get a reading. They decide to settle with a Christmas cracker, but Ellie loses. He brags about winning so much that Ellie prefers to go to the fortune teller. Rhonda brags about getting her snow globe during a fantastic sale. That's undoubtedly promising. She claims she adds the magical element to it at home. Rhonda can tell that the letter C is somehow close to Ellie. The only C Ellie remembers is her sister-in-law. Rhonda knows Caroline's name, so it freaks Ellie out. Ellie still jokes about wondering if her game concept will ever be out. Rhonda can see a dense cloud in her love life overpowering everything else. She spots wandering souls waiting for an answer from Ellie, who is the ghost. Rhonda realizes Ellie has ghosted a lot of men because she's afraid. She starts predicting in a weird voice. She claims that if Ellie doesn't make amends with them by midnight on Christmas Eve, she will be destined never to find true love. That's not scary at all. Rhonda suddenly changes her tone. Ellie keeps wanting to know more, but Rhonda seems to have forgotten about it. Ellie is a little freaked out when she finds Charlie, but claims her session was good. Ellie watches a movie about a ghost and remembers the prophecy. Ellie takes out Rhonda's card and makes fun of the Y and K and the magic in her surname. Ellie assumes that Hunter played a prank on her at the office party. Hunter is glad she's admitting her ghosting problem. He still insists he doesn't have time for such pranks. She starts explaining her interaction with Rhonda. Ellie opines that she was terrible at her job but got some things very accurately. Paula interrupts them for cookies and shows an old painting of Ellie's that she found. She seems interested in Ellie's work. Ellie brags about almost wrapping up a medieval quest game. She's sure it will be popular, even if it is common. Since Paula doesn't sound too convinced, Caroline changes the topic to make things less awkward. Caroline praises Ellie for her space safari game, which she plays with Hunter all the time. Charlie brings coffee for his friend, Todd, who is dressed as Santa. Charlie is planning to spend the holidays alone since his mom is still on her honeymoon. Todd invites him over with his wife, Marcy, and the kids. Charlie is grateful, but doesn't want to impose. Lana has spoken to Susan and Donald last night. Susan suddenly wants a holiday-themed game, which makes Lana think of Ellie's reindeer idea. She asks Ellie to prepare a short demo by Christmas that she can pitch. Lana also needs someone from the software design team to help Ellie. She's not sure who is available so close to Christmas. Charlie almost bumps into Lana while trying to catch something. When Lana learns he doesn't have plans for Christmas, she asks him to help Ellie as a user interface engineer. Lana offers him a temporary promotion and overtime pay. Charlie only agrees to do it if she demotes him again. Ellie doesn't know if Charlie is qualified for this. Lana points out that he is overqualified. Charlie headed the user interface department at Verve before he joined them. Lana has been trying to promote him from programmer, but he seems satisfied with his position. Ellie explains the specifics of her game to Charlie. It sounds a lot like the puzzle game she made last year. Ellie explains that she doesn't want to take a risk with this pitch. Because of that, she's deliberately using elements that have already worked in the past. Charlie suggests being bold, but Ellie doesn't want to risk her first official pitch. She insists that they can have fun with the reindeer personalities. She wants some of them to be women who can be karate experts. Charlie checks her sketches and makes some suggestions. He gets distracted by a text from Marcus on her phone. It mentions that Ellie has not replied to him. Charlie asks if she wants to talk about it, but she can't do it without food. Charlie is amused that she's a ghoster. Ellie believes it's so common that even Charlie must have done it. He doesn't appreciate the assumption just because she thinks he's easygoing. He reminds her that she seriously ghosted Marcus. Ellie wonders if Charlie thinks the fortune teller is legit. She explains everything Rhonda told her about making amends by Christmas Eve. Charlie wonders how many guys she has ghosted. He's almost impressed that she can't answer the question. He suggests it'll be a good idea to amend things. Ellie blames Charlie for the fortune teller, so she agrees to accept his help. Charlie points out that she always had a ghosting problem. She probably needed a fortune teller to alert her about it. Ellie doesn't think making amends with the guys online will be too hard. She takes it as a challenge and starts going through her list with him. Ellie rants about Amir, who talked about his ex a lot. She also shows Charlie a conversation with Ethan, who talks too much about his mom. Charlie points out that he just asked for advice about his mom's surprise party. Ellie apparently had a problem with another guy because of the way he parted his hair. The roots of this problem indeed run deep. Ellie still feels like she's saving people from a deeper pain by ghosting them. Charlie reminds her it's better to have a clean slate. Ellie decides to send the first guy on the list a follow-up apology with a lie. Carly knows lying is not the best idea if they're trying to make amends. Ellie knows he has a point and decides to be honest in her apology. Charlie decides to address all the guys as ghosties. With his motivation, Ellie keeps crossing people off her list. She even tries to personalize some text to sound more thoughtful. 3 of the guys are not on the site anymore. Charlie assumes they might have blocked her. Ellie is still glad about her progress within 4 days before the due date. Charlie reminds her it'll be harder when she deals with guys who don't want to be found. Ellie admits she has only ghosted one guy in real life. Paula asks Ellie, Hunter, and Caroline to not reveal their secret Santa to anyone. She thinks it's a magical process and warns them about swapping. She also asks them to do something more meaningful than gift cards. Good luck, Ellie. When Ellie opens her chit, she gets Paula. She begs Hunter and Carolee to switch with her. Paula is a secret Santa master and gets the most thoughtful gifts. Caroline remembers the time she got Ellie's Aunt Gina a baking set that made her realize she wanted to be a pastry chef. Ellie already knows she can't find a perfect gift for someone like Paula. The timing also seems worse with the pitch and another task. She reminds them about the fortune teller. Ellie explains that she's trying to make things right. Hunter and Caroline feel it's a great idea. Caroline also hopes she reconnects with the amazing gamer guy, Blinky. Ellie updates Charlie about her ghosting progress. Some people thanked her, while others didn't reply. Charlie assures her that it still counts if she makes the effort to text them. Ellie wants to focus on her game, Rogue Reindeer, that day. She is grateful to Charlie for helping her when he didn't have to. Charlie is just enjoying her exciting life, which seems better than a reality dating show. Ellie takes him to the plaza to get inspired about her pitch. She asks why Charlie keeps demoting himself when he's so talented. Charlie admits that he was a lead at Verve for a few years. He worked really hard on his passion project. Their competitor put out a similar game 2 weeks before the release. He put everything in his life on hold for something that became a huge disappointment. He knew he had to start over after that. but he still kept challenging himself. He keeps himself demoted so he can enjoy the work-life balance. Ellie wonders what he needs the free time for. Charlie shares that he bought an aquarium. He also jokes about helping her with her ghosting problem. They run into Hunter and Carolyn, who seem curious about Charlie. She introduces him as a coworker. Charlie tries to talk to them, but Ellie makes an excuse to drag him away. Hunter and Caroline seem excited at the thought of something happening between them. Todd finds it weird that Charlie is putting in extra work at the office. Todd knows Charlie thinks he ruined his last relationship because of work. Charlie still insists he wasn't in the right relationship. Charlie accompanies Ellie to a bakery so she can apologize to Nate in person. Ellie introduces herself and reminds him that they were messaging in September. He remembers that she ghosted him and is glad she did. He met his girlfriend Clara right after that. He's already planning to propose on Christmas Eve. He admits that he left the app after meeting Clara, so Ellie couldn't find him. He thanks Ellie for helping him find Clara and gives her an eggnog latte on the house. Ellie starts to feel like amends might be good for her after all. Ellie doesn't remember why she ghosted the next guy, Edward. She knows where he eats a pretzel every day and takes Charlie along. Edward feels like Ellie has returned to him after he set her free. Ellie clarifies that she's just there to apologize. Edward still comes up with a cute couple nickname for them. Ellie makes sure to find an excuse to leave. Charlie has overheard everything and suggests he might be the one for her. They arrive at a bar to meet Harold, who wants an in-person apology. Harold texts her to let her know that he is ghosting her. He hopes she feels bad about the karma biting back. This is getting even better. Harold also shouts at her from outside the window before walking away. Charlie feels like Ellie is driving the people in this city crazy. They decide to stick around and enjoy their Christmas-themed drinks. Ellie is glad they went through most of the list, and she just needs to make a phone call or two. Charlie pretends to be disappointed she doesn't need him anymore. She reminds him that she still needs him for Rogue Reindeer. She also remembers the one guy she actually stood up. She assures Charlie that she can handle him alone. Ellie asks about Charlie's fish, which is the only thing she knows about his personal life. He named them after a game Ellie also knows about. She wonders if Charlie has been ghosted in a way that hurt him. Charlie remembers something from a long time ago. He insists it doesn't matter now that so much time has passed. Ellie apologizes on behalf of all the ghosters for making him feel bad. Charlie is excited about Christmas Eve the next day. Ellie is worried about Secret Santa since she still hasn't picked anything for her mom. She knows Paula is very creative and is already disappointed in her. Ellie brags about Paula taking risks in her career, even as a single parent. Ellie's dad passed away when she was very young. Ellie feels Paula is fearless, while she's always hesitating. Ellie thinks Paula doesn't approve of her gaming job. Ellie admits that she loves her job and creating art with which people can interact. Charlie feels bad that Paula doesn't realize how respected Ellie is in her industry. He thinks her work is brilliant and inspiring, even before she joined Cartwheel. He leans in closer, but someone throws a snowball at him. Ellie calls Hunter to check if she can send a letter to Kevin at the office. Kevin has called in sick, so Hunter suggests she can only meet him after Christmas. Ellie turns up at Kevin's apartment to apologize in person with some wonton soup. He asks her to meet in the lobby. He is gracious with her and loves the soup gesture. He admits he has been trying to get over a relationship. He also feels Hunter was more excited about their setup than he was. Ellie feels glad they're both on the same page. The office heating is busted when Ellie arrives. She suggests they can work that day at her place. Charlie is curious about her unghosting process, but Ellie wants to focus on the game. Charlie admits something is missing in the game's journey. According to him, it needs to have more stakes. He finds an old family album Ellie is using to get inspired for Secret Santa. Ellie explains that she used to dress up as an elf. She designed the costume with her mom. Ellie realizes she has a ghosting and procrastination problem. Charlie thinks it's the same thing because she is afraid to put herself out there. She reminds him that he demoted himself. Charlie explains that he did it willingly, while Ellie can't even meet any of her dates in person. Ellie wants to respect their feelings, but Charlie feels that it's her way of saving herself from getting hurt. He suggests heading to the Christmas market so they can find something for Paula. He asks Ellie to go with the flow, but Ellie doesn't like anything. She suddenly remembers that Paula is a scarf person. She wants to personalize it and asks if it can be embroidered. The seller claims she's very busy and doesn't care for Charlie's emotional story. Ellie tries to bribe her with food since she's stuck at the stall, which actually works. Ellie invites Charlie to Christmas Eve with her family. She admits that she enjoys his company. She also thinks it'll be weird if he's suddenly not there after hanging out every single day. He agrees to come only because of the apple strudel. Ellie gets an idea for her reindeer pitch from this. She feels they can assign some holiday tasks to the reindeer as if their lives depend on it. Charlie still wants it to be more personal than a reindeer. He suggests taking Ellie, or her younger version, as an inspiration for this character. Project Elfie can be special and smart with a personal connection to Ellie. She loves the idea and agrees to change the reindeer theme at the last minute. They start brainstorming, and his recommendations inspire her sketches. They keep taking breaks and take inspiration from real life. They even play video games during these breaks. Ellie thanks Charlie for going beyond his duties as an interface engineer. They discuss the ghosting project and how only one guy is left. This is the man she actually stood up to in real life. Charlie asks her to get it over with so she can find true love. Ellie is scared because she really likes that guy. It was the only time she felt a real connection with someone she hadn't even met. She was so excited to meet him that she chickened out and stood him up instead. Charlie feels jealous and suggests she can let this guy go. He insists she has done enough and should celebrate the holidays. Ellie doesn't want to give up yet. She thinks this guy deserves as much respect as the others. Ellie mentions that she met him on an old app whose notifications are sound bites for old Atari games. Charlie gets instantly alerted. Oh great, there's another story here. Ellie types a message to him about how they never exchanged names. She feels bad she stood him up a year and a half ago. Charlie asks for more details as he starts connecting the dots. Ellie explains that she met him at a forum for classic gaming fans. When she reveals his username, Charlie realizes she's talking about him. He frantically starts searching for his phone and gets a notification when Ellie sends her a message. He panics and throws his phone in the sink. Todd is amused that Ellie is the same woman who left Charlie reeling a year and a half ago. He finds it funny that Charlie has fallen for her again. Charlie thinks Ellie has a different idea of the guy she wants to make amends with. Blinky seems like fiction to her. Charlie doesn't think she will be interested in him in real life. He views Ellie as brilliant and dedicated, while he's just the office jester. Ellie gets a message from Kevin asking her to meet for drinks. Charlie joins her in the office and asks if she has heard back from Blinky. Ellie informs him that she heard from Kevin instead. She feels like she should agree to drink since she's trying to put herself out there. When Charlie taunts her about being totally different, she notices something is wrong with him. He refuses to discuss it and just wants to finish the Elfie project. Ellie tries to fix one more thing when they're done. Charlie feels irritated and suggests that she's regressing. He wants to get this over with so they can both enjoy their Christmas Eve. He clarifies that he's not coming to her mother's place since something came up. She tries to lure him with his favorite movie, but Charlie insists he wants to upload the game. When he uploads it, Ellie gets mad at him. She wonders why he doesn't want the game to be perfect. Charlie claims he cares about the game. This is also why he doesn't want to polish it till it loses its life. Ellie feels offended that he thinks of her that way. Charlie just thinks she needs to start taking risks. Ellie feels like she's trying more than Charlie, who can't even come to her family's house. She suggests that Charlie shouldn't spoil her game just because he has nothing to lose. Charlie clarifies that he didn't actually upload the game. He was just trying to lighten the mood. Look how that worked out. He's still glad he heard what she thinks of him and walks off. Ellie uploads the game and agrees to get drinks with Kevin. Ellie wants to try out a Christmas drink with Kevin. He insists on just getting a beer. Ellie admits she's a little distracted after a fight with a coworker. Kevin wonders why she's working so close to Christmas. He remembers an article about Americans giving too much importance to their jobs. Ellie clarified that she likes her work. When he mentions gifts, she remembers she had to pick up her mom's scarf at noon. She knows she will have to find something else now. Kevin assumes her mom will understand if she doesn't get that gift. Ellie decides to leave and clarifies that she doesn't think a second date will happen. She's not feeling it, and is glad that Kevin also misses his ex-girlfriend. Lana has checked Ellie's pitch deck, and loves it. She asks if Charlie helped her at all. Ellie insists that he helped a lot, and she wants to make him the co-creator. Lana admits he's talented and deserves it. Paula is trying to understand what ghosting means when Ellie drops by with her Secret Santa gift. Ellie is happy about her pitch and explains that Charlie couldn't make it. Paula asks about her ghosting problem. Ellie feels offended that Hunter and Caroline discussed that with her. She still approaches Paula later to give the gift. She hands over the sketch she pitched for her game with her old photo. Paula is very touched since they designed this costume together. Ellie is relieved because she assumes Paula feels disappointed in her. Paula clarifies that she's only worried about Ellie not feeling fulfilled in her work. She thinks that because Ellie is always working too hard. Ellie clears all of Paula's doubts about her work, and they make up. Her family wants to know if she heard back from Blinky. They insist Ellie can't let the ghosting thing go by not settling things with him. Paula also reminds Ellie that she taught her to always finish her projects. Hunter wants to discuss Charlie instead. Ellie gets a text from Blinky asking her to meet at the Christmas market at 11:45. Charlie mistakes another Santa for Todd and offers to buy him coffee. He wants Santa as a substitute for Todd since he's not around. Charlie starts explaining his situation to him. Ellie's family thinks she should meet Blinky. Hunter thinks Ellie is hesitating because she has feelings for Charlie. Santa is sure that Charlie's grand gesture of surprising Ellie as Blinky is a great idea. Santa still feels Ellie might turn up for Charlie and not Blinky. He suggests that Charlie should stop hiding behind Blinky and play it safe. He thinks it'll be much easier if Charlie goes to her house and confesses his feelings for her. Ellie decides to meet Blinky. Hunter still keeps asking her to consider Charlie before she leaves. They hear another doorbell soon, and Charlie walks in. He gets excited when he hears Ellie is trying to meet Blinky. He admits to them that he's Blinky, and Hunter feels overjoyed. He finds Ellie at the market and tries to reveal who he is. She cuts him to explain how her date with Kevin was horrible. She also informs him that she's making him the co-creator of Elfie. She refuses to let him pass off credit for his hard work. Charlie asks if she's there to see Blinky and if he's late. Ellie clarifies that she only came to meet Blinky so she could check off the final box. She wants to clean her slate so she can get a shot at true love with Charlie. She starts apologizing, but he kisses her. He explains, saying how he needed to do that before midnight. He also admits that he's Blinky, which makes perfect sense to Ellie. She asks if they can kiss again, and they're very happy together. They head back to her place for Christmas, and everyone is glad to have Charlie with them.